Hey guys, Nestletter Magic here, and a couple days ago I made a video covering Wizards' interesting decision to directly sell people wildcards in a bundle for $50. In Arena, of course. So as they stated it, for $50 you would get 12 rares and 4 mythic wildcards. So 16 wildcards, 12 that are actually the most sought after and most burned up, for $50. Now, as you can imagine, I let this cook for a little bit, and the internet had some things to say about this. Multiple other Magic YouTubers just basically quit on the spot, uninstalled Arena, said they're never touching it again. So, yeah. But let's jump over to the Magic subreddit, where this is actually actively being downvoted for some reason. It's under 1,000 upvotes, which, really, people support this. Really. I mean, I knew a portion of the community didn't have their heads screwed on straight, but this is just shilling. Like, these people are delusional. They're lying to each other, and they're lying to themselves. But yeah, some of the most upvoted comments, like, for example, ones with more upvotes than the original post itself, are telling the truth. So somebody with an unpronounceable username pointed out, $50 could get you 9,200 gems. Now, with 9,200 gems, you can buy 46 packs. Now, according to the pull rates disclosed by WOTC and I think verified by other YouTubers too, 46 packs will get you on average 7 rare wildcards, 1 mythic wildcard, plus 46 actual rares and mythics. And some of those, as you know, can just be flipped to be randomly a rare or mythic wildcard without having to like burn up that, 6 count thing. So on average, that would be an additional 2 rare and 1 mythic. So you should get at least, sparing bad luck, of course. Although the odds are progressive, I'm not even going to get into that, but just know that the odds are progressive. So the more mythic wildcards you don't open, the more likely you are to open one in the next pack. They have publicly disclosed that. Anyway, that would result in 9 total rare wildcards, 2 total mythic wildcards, and then 46 packs is 46 actual rares and mythics. Now you can obviously subtract 2 then 1 from that because of the ones that were converted to be that. But I mean, there are an average of like 52 rares in any given set. Now, of course, you can get up to 4 copies of each. So 46 packs ain't exactly gonna, max out your set here, but it's a darn good start. And the other thing is you're gonna get a mountain of commons and uncommons. That might even single-handedly be enough to max out your commons, which means that all commons are, I think, just straight up converted into Vault Progress, which can get you more rare and mythic wildcards. And the Vault Progress, just in general, was not calculated into this. So you can drop $50 and get an absolute mountain of commons and uncommons, plus basically 9 rare wilds and 2 mythic, or you can drop $50 and just get 12 rare wildcards and 4 mythic. That's it. No other cards. No commons, no uncommons. It's not mathematically outright a worse deal, but it's pretty much a worse deal by almost any softer metric. So a lot of people, did the math, pointed that out. A lot of people are saying, oh, early April Fool's joke, which is, a company just screwed up, so I'm going to say it, red shirt guy meme. But yeah, it's very merited in this situation. A lot of people pointing out that still this isn't an economy, and when they tried to explain how is this an economy and what do you mean, the article actually just talked in circles and never explained how any of this is an economy, and also they're still wrong. I could not agree more. Other people pointing out, hey, $50 for MTGO to buy a couple cards, okay. And you can build jank for nothing. What is it, like a fraction of a ticket for, some 25-cent rare that nobody wants? And in paper, you can sell the cards later. Putting $50 into a free platform where you cannot cash out in any way is utterly ridiculous, let alone doing it, once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. And I know people who will put $1,000 into Arena. No, there is kind of a second side to this. Like, I've probably put, in the last 6 years, I don't know, $300 into Pokemon Go, but per month. And the amount of exercise and fun and hanging out with friends and just the amount I've spent on, like, food and drinks out there while playing. But, the entertainment value, the calories burned by walking, it's like, yeah, it probably is worth it. The game still sucks. It's designed like crap by morons. But it's more about the social thing. It's more about getting out. It's like going for a walk, but with something slightly better to do. And you still get the shinies, you still get the thrill of the hunt and stuff. And a lot of the latest features have been really good. And they handled COVID very well. So like, yeah, it's a high dollar amount, but spread out. I mean, so is my rent. So is my food bills for the last 6 years. Oh, I probably dropped $5,000 on food, like, oh no. And Arena's been out for a while. Some people just want to drop $20 and run a couple drafts per month, okay? And then they keep doing it because they enjoy it. And like the other side of this is people say, well, the most pathetic is people buying to get ahead in a game where you're not supposed to. So like an MMO like World of Warcraft, RuneScape, those were like the two big ones back in the day. And people would buy gold. You could sell gold on eBay and sometimes get away with it. I tried. I did it. I actually made a good deal of money on 100 million, I think it was. No, 10 million. 10 million RuneScape gold. Yeah, it was worth like upwards of $200 US. I'm not going to go into the method, but eventually I just sold it to a guy and we were kind of chatting because we were on, IMs. That's instant messaging apps for you Zoomers. And he said, thanks, this is so nice, but obviously he felt the need to defend himself because people said, oh, those people are pathetic. Like who would do that just to show off and get the best armor and not earn it? Like what kind of greedy, impatient, ADD little rich kid? No, it was a guy in his 40s. He plays with his niece and nephew and I think like his son or something like that. Like all three of them would get together on weekends or like he'd be like babysitting them and they'd be like, let's play RuneScape because he played too occasionally. But he actually worked IT and he said he worked upwards of like 50 hours a week. So he said, I just don't have time to get to that level. I just want to buy myself to that level so that we can go PvPing together. He said it's hard enough to just get, experience in levels. I got to get some gear and I like giving it to them as gifts. So it's like I can drop, $100 on Christmas gifts or I could drop $100 on this gold and give them each 5 million, which back in the day would buy you just about anything in the game. 5 million was an insane amount of money. So it wasn't just some douche, it's some person saying, okay, I could do this like the slow and gradual way, but I go to work and make money. So why don't I just take a tiny portion of that money and throw it towards advancing myself in the game? So if you just want like 10 power decks, you just want to buy your way to, some good cards that you want to play so that you can enjoy it, but don't have time to, play the dailies every single day because you have like a wife and kids and a job and a life, or you just want to play better games, but occasionally you want to play Magic, but you don't want to get left so far behind that you're eliminated from ever being able to play it, which is the way Arena's structured right now, which pisses me off. Yeah, I could see people even in 3 months dropping like $200-300 just to get enough wildcards to build their deck. So would I say anybody buying those wildcards is just a net decking douche, they're a scumbag and they should put in the effort, put in the time? No, not automatically, but do I think some of those people exist? Yes. And let me just say, millionaires and multimillionaires, business owners, retired people with pensions, like good pensions, people whose investments paid off, people who got a reverse mortgage on their house because they're in their 60s and they're retiring. Look, if they want to throw a couple $100 at anything, okay, like, yeah, sure, it's better than buying a $5,000 vase or some $70,000 car or something, okay? Rich people buy dumb stuff. It's not even in the top 100 of the list of stupid crap that rich people buy for Arena in-game purchases if they just want to be like, okay, fine, I'll skip the grind, skip the wait. My time is more valuable than my money and I have a ton of it. But do I think it's manipulative and kind of like dangling treats in front of, dumb little kids who play Magic? Yes, absolutely. So there are both, people say it's absolutely bad or it's absolutely good. Now, from a fairness standpoint, from just a pricing standpoint, from a compare it to other games standpoint, compare it to paper standpoint, compare it to the value you get, if you compare it to like mobile game transactions, this price is ridiculous, in my opinion, and not just because I'm perpetually broke, although I did just get a new job, just by comparing it to any metric, like average hourly wages, average cost to play other games. I mean, people said for $50 you can basically buy Elden Ring. Hell, you could buy like 5 copies of Skyrim probably. You could probably get Fallout 3 and New Vegas for like $15 is a bundle, I bet you, at some points. GOG's having a sale right now too, by the way. It's not a very good sale from what I saw, but it's a lot of newer games actually. You know me, I'm into classic stuff, but yeah, you guys should check that out. Not sponsored, you just should check that out. It's like 84% off. Also, oh my gosh, once again, not sponsored, but if you haven't seen the like 130 some game bundle on Humble Bundle to support Ukraine, look, I'm broke, but I gave him $40 for that. There was some I need to play this things on that list. And there's other games I never even heard of that look cool. I gave away like 15 of the codes on my Discord server. So shout out to everybody playing puzzle games, Motorcycle Mechanic Simulator, and PGA 2021. All very good games is not really my jam, and I'll play like anything else. Like, I'm not picky. A lot of those games look good. Y'all about to see some stuff in the background of these videos. Cause it ain't gonna be magic content. I'm gonna play Arena as little as I can. I'm just gonna go on, do the daily. If I can, I'll wait till the next day and reset it a second time so I get like 4 shots at it. And I'm just gonna get the weekly wins, and I'm gonna get it playing unranked brawl with my rats deck that's just a free win generator. I mean, and I'm gonna play it completely brain dead while watching YouTube. I mean, that deck, I could probably write a script to run the damn thing. That would be a TOS violation. I'm not gonna do it. But I'll tell you right now, I would have quit Arena a long time ago, and especially now, if I didn't have this YouTube channel. Yeah, me. I'm pretty hardcore into Magic, you might have noticed. With or without the YouTube channel, I really do enjoy some things on Arena, and I thought it was fantastic when it first came out. But in my estimation, and mixed with my opinion, but just generally with what games should fairly cost and do and have in the past and all this other stuff, I think that Arena should cost 4 times less across the board. The gems, the packs, I guess cosmetics, whatever. If people want to show off and spend money to be like, look at me, I'm that rich boy douche with a $50 avatar, fine. Okay, whatever, you do you. If you don't need it to play, price it at whatever you want. I mean, we've seen like $200 golden guns or whatever in like Apex Legends. That's ridiculous. And it is kind of taking advantage of people with like, spending issues and poor impulse control and whatever. But like, you're not here to babysit those people, and I don't think it's a corporate responsibility to like absolutely stop them, but actively taking advantage of them, pretty gray area. But yeah, cosmetics, emotes, whatever, okay, sleeves, I don't care, sell them, whatever. But the packs and the gems and the draft entries, maybe not draft entries, because the drafts are actually kind of cheap if you do the math. But, I mean, you can't liquidate the cards, you can't sell your account, and you can't trade anything. That alone makes the entire thing what they call like a phantom draft, where you don't keep the cards. You don't keep any of the cards because the cards aren't yours because they aren't worth anything. Once they're redeemed, that's it. They're dead. You can't give them away unless, I guess, you find a way to sell your entire account, and they usually have protections against that, and eBay is all in bed with everyone blocking that. So, really, it should be like, what, half the price of MTGO? It's hard to say because, like, a power mythic is going to be like $20. Oh, in paper, so the ticket price, I don't know, probably $4 or $5. So it's like, it's already cheaper than paper, but like, I don't know. What, like, if you make MTGO and Arena effectively around the same price, that doesn't even make sense. Because MTGO has more formats, I guess a worse interface and worse graphics, but who honestly cares? And you can liquidate your account at any time. Come on. Like, it should be half the price or cheaper than MTGO, which is already cheaper than paper. And right now, Arena is arguably more expensive than paper, at least for standard. That's very messed up. Now, one of the sentiments I kept seeing while scrolling through the Reddit comments on this post are, what are they thinking? How do they think they're going to get away with this? And why do they think this is a good idea? And who's going to fall for this? And they're driving away the people. It just comes down to, like, why are they doing this? Why are they doing this? Why are they doing this? You guys are dangerously uninformed if you're not asking that ironically or like sarcastically. But then again, these are Reddit people that live on Reddit and they're fans of Magic, so they're probably far lefty, uninformed idiots. Of course, Democrats and liberals, the most underinformed, low information voters by any possible measurement or poll that has ever been done in the last 10 years. It has proven that thoroughly. But anyway, these low information idiots that are getting filtered information that's being manipulated by the moderators who have a very strong bias, just don't even go on the main MTG subreddit. Just don't even bother. But anyway, yeah, these people are all confused. Let me clear it up for you guys because you're smart enough to be here watching this video. Number one, they made draft the most cost-effective, the best way to acquire cards, and the cheapest entry fee compared to paper because, one, people really love doing it and it's what's absolutely driving MTGO from what I heard. And two, it's a lot easier to design a fair draft environment than it is to do that with standard constructed. And some of the time, I feel like they prioritize draft over constructed, and they absolutely should not. I might be biased because I just don't like drafting, but like I get it, it's popular. And that's what people spend money on, so that's what it revolved around. That was the big puller where they're like, well, I could just run 5 drafts and I'll end up with a ton of the cards, And if I keep drafting like with Neo, green, white, because why would you not? Or Samurai and Ninjutsu, you can build that deck because those are the cards you grabbed. So like, you're acquiring specific cards, it's very cheap, you open a ton of packs, you get a bunch of rewards, and you get some of your gems back. So that's, like, drafting is actually a pretty good deal. I still think it should be cheaper, but it's a pretty good deal. Now, the matchmaking is rigged. It's rigged to, like, make the least number of people win and give out the least number of prizes. Okay, great. Wish the FTC would get up their ass about that one. But that aside, the reason it's so expensive is because they're creeping the prices up, and the Mastery Pass, they added that, then made it worse and worse and worse. They gave out less rewards and made it a shorter period of time. They refused to address the controversies about people complaining about it. All because Hasbro keeps asking them for more money, because Hasbro is mismanaged like you would not possibly believe. I've got into pretty thorough detail about that already, so watch my other videos, especially the ones about Alta Fox. Still got a follow-up video about that coming. But yeah, just in general, it's because Hasbro says, oh, look, you got record money. Well, keep it up. Don't let it slip. Make sure it's 20% higher next year. Because just in general, their executives take too much money and all of their projects and acquisitions were garbage, failed miserably, were mismanaged, and they care more about calling white people racist and calling black people victims, just being out of touch, just idiots, than actually running a company properly, like a normal company. They're underperforming almost any other company their size in America. And if you look at their books and their reports, they are being propped up by Wizards of the Coast. So they're going to spin them off approximately never, but also they're going to keep hitting them up for more and more and more and more and more money. It's a very abusive relationship. WOTC never should have been acquired by them. That was a mistake. So quite simply, are we going to see, like next week, them say, you know what? We're changing course. We're going to cut all the prices in half and give you one free rare wild card every single day just for logging in. And all the gem prices slashed 50% across the board forever. No, because in the short term that will lose the money, and in the long term it will make the money because it'll attract people back to Arena. But it would probably take over a year, and then it would look like they're losing money. It would look bad on the financials because publicly traded, and Hasbro would say, hey, why did you lose money? And they won't buy the whole, we lost money so that we can make money in the long run. They're doing the opposite. We're making money now and screwing the long run. So that's about all there is to it. It's really that simple. So, I mean, no need to explain this more. So, yeah, generally just people were like stunned. They're like, this is crap. But a lot of the people making comments that are so shocked, I'm like, do you even play Arena? Did you even look at Arena? Do you even remember how it used to be 2 years ago? Like, why are you acting so shocked? It is so stupidly expensive to play Arena right now that this is technically mathematically a little tiny bit better deal if you just want to play one specific way. So they act like, this was a big price spike and they didn't see it coming. If you open $50 worth of packs, you get like 9 rare wildcards. That's enough to build half of a deck. So like the day one entry fee to build one deck with one decent dual color mana base right now in Arena starting from 0 is about $100 to $150. And that is ridiculous. You can literally do it cheaper on MTGO, and that is sad. They need to slash the prices, but because of Hasbro breathing down their neck, they won't. But they're going to kill the game in the long term, so if I were you, I'd start shopping for a different TCG. So thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you guys next time.